It's squashing time, Joe. No, it's not.
Oh, Jade! Look at Jade! Jade Cargill! Yes!
Perhaps explains the tension between these two former now teammates.
Yeah, you want tension. How about the champion saying, "That's mine"?
So Naomi, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Jade Cargill all just had a tag team match. And it looks like the WWE is finally about to go ahead and pull the trigger on a Naomi heel run with a world title. And maybe even a world title with Jade Cargill. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, YouTube land? It's your boy TJ, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Wrestling Nostalgia, where I get my wrestling content on this channel. So today we're here to talk about Naomi and Jade Cargill specifically, and the world title picture scene. So last night on SmackDown, they had a tag team match. It was Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton, who is the WWE Women's Champion, versus Nia Jax and Naomi. And Nia Jax got pinned by Jade Cargill, therefore Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill picked up the victory, but noteworthy thing happened. So right after the match, Jade Cargill snatched the WWE Women's Championship and she put it around her shoulder when the referee got Tiffany's championship belt. And it looks like, you know, the WWE is about to test the waters and put the rocket to Jade Cargill's back and have her win the world title at some point in time. But I have a little theory about that, but stay tuned for it. Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill kind of got in a tug of war with the WWE Women's Championship, which is so weird because it kind of remind me of the whole Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns when they were playing tug of war, like it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Like, what are we doing here? Like that will never get old to me. Like, like y'all 5 years old, but this one looked a little bit more like, I'm not gonna say more mature, but it didn't look as goofy. It just looked like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know this championship coming home with me, baby. I'm just trying to let you know. Like, that's what it looked like. Not, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. Like, it didn't look goofy like that. But anyways, as they're at a days with the women's championship belt, I mean, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Y'all see who on the shirt, right?
You see the shirt, bitch. Log out.
Naomi winds up bum rushing Jade Cargill, knocking her down. And then she winds up beating up on Jade Cargill, laying her out. And Naomi is left the last woman standing with the WWE Women's Championship belt. And man, she looks absolutely beautiful with that thing. And I cannot wait until she wins the Money in the Bank and the Women's Championship eventually. I'm putting that in the air for her because I don't have any hope for the WWE, mostly TKO. Because really, to be honest, they are the reason for all of this BS going on and these inconsistent storylines and everything going to chaos. This was not a good merger, and I think I may make a video on that. But right now, we are talking about Jade Cargill and Naomi and how the WWE Women's Championship picture scene is going to look. If I were the booker, or judging on how SmackDown had ended last night, I would have to say that they are going to basically have Naomi win the Money in the Bank ladder match, and she's going to cash it in on Tiffany Stratton. Honestly, this is great storytelling because remember, every time when Naomi tried to win the Women's Championship away from Nia Jax when she was holding the title, Tiffany Stratton just was right there all the time to make sure that Nia Jax was still holding the Women's Championship. So it's only right that she loses to a cash-in by a heel Naomi, being as though that she is now on a mission and she already let it be known that she is on a quest for singles gold. And honestly, I don't see why not.
Took out Jade and I took my championship. Jade may have ruined everything that I have worked for, but I am not done. Shut up. I am not done going after gold. And not only will I push you onto a car, I'll push you under one.
And this heel version of Naomi is the most interesting outside of the whole Team Bad movement that she did. And she had a great run right there. And honestly, with this new theme music, because at first when she kept going out to the whole... I was like, huh? It just didn't even go with the flow. I'm like, ain't you heel now? Like, sis, what are we doing here? So then when she came out with the new theme music, at first I was like, I don't know about that, Naomi. You should have just brought the whole... Oh my gosh, at least at WrestleMania, but I get it. She wanted something new and, you know, fresh and exciting and something that's like, okay, like... But now I'm kind of digging it a little bit. I'm like, okay, it matches the vibe. I get it, caution and all that. All right, cool, bet. Like, I'm okay with that. But anyways, I would have her win the Money in the Bank ladder match, and then I would have her cash in at SummerSlam. Honestly, she needs this, and she deserves it. Definitely with everything going on with Naomi now, this is the most exciting character development that she's ever had. Like, she's putting on great promos. Like, all her vignettes were, like, fantastic. Like, chef's kiss. She definitely deserves to win the Women's Championship. And the crazy thing about it is, before that particular championship became the Women's Championship, it was the Raw Women's Championship. That was one of the championships outside of the NXT titles that kept her from being the Grand Slam. So now she only has, as far as WWE is concerned, just the Women's World title that was the SmackDown Championship and the Women's Tag Team Championship. So I definitely do want her to win the NXT Women's Championship at some point down the line. I had like a little fantasy booking, being as though that she's heel now. Probably have like a rivalry between Jada Parker and Naomi. Maybe her coming down to NXT after she loses her Women's Championship or something like that. Have Jada Parker come in and kind of like poke fun at her or something like that. And then have them kind of go back and forth. And then have Naomi win the Women's NXT Women's Championship. That would actually be kind of cool, actually. And I'd be here for it. But I feel like what's going to happen is after she wins it at SummerSlam, if that's the direction they're going in, they need to do the same thing they did with Nia Jax with Naomi. They need to just go ahead and let her have a lengthy run with the Women's Championship. I'm pretty sure it's going to be amazing. It's going to be phenomenal. But again, if it's not and it's anything short of that, I have TKO to blame for that because TKO ruins everything. This is not a WWE problem anymore. It's a TKO problem. But I digress. I feel like what's going to happen, she's going to have a lengthy reign as champion. And maybe next year, and I did say this, I do predict that Jade Cargill is going to have a big breakout moment at Royal Rumble. And she's going to win the Royal Rumble. Then she's going to go on to face Naomi at WrestleMania and have a big moment. Maybe even have another Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks at the main event, night one at WrestleMania. Being as though that Jade Cargill has grew leaps and bounds with her character development and the promos, you know, it could use a little bit of work, but outside of that, the wrestling ability is definitely growing by leaps and bounds. And I almost forgot to say this, but Jade Cargill actually has a #1 contender match against Nia Jax for the Women's Championship. I don't know if it's going to be at Backlash per se, or it's going to be on the next SmackDown, which would be pretty dumb because why would you not have your WWE Women's Champion on the PLE card is beyond me. But hey, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a banger match, but I kind of don't know which way they're going to go because I highly doubt that they're going to do the whole Jay versus Tiffany Stratton at Backlash. I feel like Nia Jax is going to go over and then have their feud blow over and have Tiffany Stratton go over and then eventually probably have Tiffany versus Jade Cargill at a later date, but we have to wait and see how everything plays out. It kind of reminds me of the whole Trish Stratus arc when Trish definitely not the best wrestler when she came to the WWE. And then she just grew by leaps and bounds and was like, look, I'm not another pretty face, and I'm going to show y'all what I got. And the character development, the wrestling ability, mic skills, the presentation, the music, all that stuff, it all came together. And now she is one of the greatest women's champions and greatest women's wrestlers of all time. And I feel like it's going to be the same trajectory for Jade Cargill if she continues on this upward momentum. And hopefully she does win the women's championship, because honestly, she looked damn good with that title. Because I was like, okay, I want to see that. But like I said, I feel like they may save that moment at WrestleMania next year, or maybe save her moment at SummerSlam and have Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton, being as though that they did put a banger of a match on last week, 101, before Naomi ruined the match and caused a disqualification. I guess they just threw out the whole match because I don't remember who won. But if I had to guess, it was Jade Cargill. But anyways, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen, because honestly, I feel like with Nia Jax, she is not going to win back that women's championship. That's for sure. It's no shade to her, but honestly, between Naomi and Jade Cargill, I would pick Naomi for sure first, and then Jade Cargill. And I feel like with Bianca Belair, still like in limbo, I feel like maybe they'll have a triple threat match or something like that, being as though the WWE is noticing that triple threat matches are the way to go, or multi-person matches. I'm actually glad to see it, because I was wondering like why they keep doing one-on-one matches. Like, what happened to triple threats and fatal four-ways? Now they kind of doing now they kind of going crazy with the whole multi-man matches, multi-women matches. So, I mean, I'm not mad at it, because I was wondering when they were going to do that. Hell, I'm surprised they ain't even doing a six-pack challenge or whatever like they used to do back in the Attitude Era. But I'm going to leave it right here. I do feel like Naomi definitely deserves a world title run, with the one championship that eluded her as far as singles gold wise, as far as main championships, and she is well deserving of it. She have definitely grew through leaps and bounds, and this heel run is actually nothing like how I imagined it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a whole Team Bad Naomi like 2.0, but this is actually something completely different. And honestly, I'm not mad about it. But comment down below, how do you feel about Naomi being a world champion to 2025 into 2026? Do you feel like it'll hit like grits? It'll be the greatest thing ever? Do you feel like she's gonna have one of the greatest title runs of modern day women's wrestling history, or do you feel like it's gonna flop? And also, how do you feel about Jade Cargill? Do you feel like Jade Cargill is gonna be the women's champion somewhere down the line? And how do you feel about her recent improvements in the ring? And how do you feel about her world title run once it happens? Because trust and believe, WWE needs a payback on their investment, and Jade Cargill is definitely going to be women's champion. You better believe it, whether you like it or not. Or do you feel like her women's championship reign is going to flop? Comment down below, like, share, and subscribe. Help me grow the channel. Your love and support is definitely greatly appreciated. And welcome. Peace. TJ.